Adam Scott from Inspyr, and I'd like to cover one of the key concepts from our resilience training, which is power ownership, or ownership of our response powers. You might have had this experience. Around about the age of 2, we have a strong sense of mind. And usually we have this experience. We're playing with our toys, having a lovely time, and a neighbourhood friend or brother or sister might come along and they want to play with us, and they will grab one of our toys, and often we'll say, "No, it's mine." We have a strong sense of mine. And one of our parents, well-intentioned, might say, "No, you have to share." Now, say at that age we start to lose this sense of what's mine and what's not mine. And then maybe around 7 or 8, we'll have a cousin come to stay with us, and we don't see our cousin very often. And we're an outdoors sort of person, we like to get out, but our cousin likes to play games and stay indoors. And we have this toing and froing. And again, our parents might be well-intentioned and say, "No, play the game your cousin wants to play. They're only here for a day." And you get this sense of, well, am I responsible for making other people happy? This comes from the work of Dr. Michael Hall, who modelled this concept on Viktor Frankl, who was a Jewish doctor interned in the German concentration camps in World War II and wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. He was able to experience trauma in those camps, and he had a very strong sense of what he was responsible for. He had this psychological skin or boundary, and he was able to keep the trauma out rather than bring it in and actually hurt him. So let's look at this in a diagrammatic fashion. This is how Viktor Frankl thought. He realised he had 2 internal response powers, to think and to feel, and 2 external powers, to speak and to act. And he had this sense of ownership. He said, "I'm responsible for them. Those guards in the camp, they can do horrible things, but if I'm angry, I'm going to own the anger. I won't blame them. I'm going to own that anger. So it's my anger, and I'm responsible for that anger. I'm responsible for my response powers." He had the wisdom to texture this ownership with 2 important qualities, one being appreciation. He appreciated that he still had these response powers. Other people in the camps had lost some of those response powers, so he had a strong sense of appreciation. He also added acceptance. He accepted that part of being human is not always thinking your best thoughts or feeling your best feelings or doing his best speech and action. That's part of being human. Now, you're working, living, communicating with other people. And unless they have an impairment, they have those same 4 response powers. They can think and feel, and they can speak and act. And they're responsible for those 4 response powers. And when we have this sense of, well, I'm responsible for my speech and actions, thoughts and feelings, and other people are responsible for theirs, we have this separation, this line of sanity between us and other people. Of course, in a relationship, we do have another relationship with them. We're not responsible for other people's thoughts and feelings, but we are responsible to them for how we speak and act, just as they are responsible to us for how they speak and act. And this enables us to establish a strong psychological skin or boundary, and then that gives us the ability, like our single cells, to keep out words, information that we might judge to be toxic or not helpful. So let's look at how this might play out. So when another person sends a message your way, maybe there's some toxic words in it, maybe there's a tone you don't like. So with a psychological skin, a sense of a boundary or a bubble, we can move about the world in this way. So someone might send us some information, they might blame us for their anger. And having this sense of ownership, we can recognise, no, actually, that's their anger. They actually own that. Being responsible too, I might ask them, is there something I can do for you? Is there some support you might need? You might have this experience, your boss might send you a message, and maybe there's some words in there that are a bit harsh, and there could be a tone of voice that you don't particularly like. So again, with a sense of a boundary, you can choose to keep some of that out. We still want to be wise to let something in. So keep out the toxic voice or the tone of voice, but let in the grain of truth. There might be a bit of wisdom, some feedback that can help you be a better operator, so let that in. In summary, a way I like to remember this is this: if it comes out of my mouth, my bubble, I'm responsible for it. If it comes out of their bubble, they're responsible for it. I'm Adam Scott from Inspyr. If you'd like more information, please visit our website at inspyr.com.au.